Are we streaming again? Is it finally working? Is it working? I hope it's okay. It's working. All right. Sorry about the last stream getting cut off. My internet. I'm having internet problems. Um, but anyways, so what were we looking at? We were looking at the yeah, we were looking at the S&P. So yeah, uh, I don't know if you just caught it. You could just rewind a couple seconds. You'll see that this line just you could just catch it if you rewind, but it just moved from being right here to down here. So it's slowly creeping down. If price comes above this green line, uh, then I would be bullish as far as having the reversal come in earlier. But I don't know what's going to happen. I mean, we're just going to have to test this level right here. And if price breaks below it, and the reason that I drew that there is because basically lines up with where the bottom of these candles are for the bodies of the candle, not the wick. I mean, if you want, you could put it at the wick, but I like putting it at the body. I don't really count the wicks when I draw trend lines or support and resistance. Um, so yeah, if we break below that, then we're gonna see if we, you know, if this holds as support, and yeah, I mean, we're just gonna wait to see if this holds as support, and if it does, then we're gonna wait to see if this line holds as support, and so on and so forth. But it might just act as support and go to the upside. So be prepared to see the S&P and the Nasdaq make a reversal soon. It might keep going down before it does that, but and even after it makes that reversal, we still need to break above this level right here, this line. Because if we can't break above that, then we're gonna go to the downside again. We're gonna test this level as a resistance level. And then the same thing applies to the S&P. It's just that instead of drawing a line, it's just going to be the liquidation areas, the liquidation zones that we're going to use as support and resistance at that point. Go back to the Nasdaq for a second. And yeah, even though the liquidation levels for entries isn't drawn on this chart, you can kind of visualize it. I can actually draw it though, just to make things more valid. So yeah, there's people that have placed their stops at this level, right? Maybe I'll make this a little bigger because there wasn't enough, I would say there wasn't enough chop in this zone, really. I guess, well, I don't know. Yeah, I would say probably a fair amount of people got in around here and here, going short, more so around here though. So, I mean, these people already got liquidated right here. So maybe some people got in around here. So actually, that shouldn't be there. Um, I think there was a liquidation block there before, but I can see telling by this text that's right here that it got swept already. So we might test it again once we get back up there, but it's just a question of, are we gonna go above this this green line here? Let's draw this little micro trend line. So yeah, if we break below this trend line, you know, then we'll keep adjusting it and keep adjusting it and keep adjusting it, and then finally, if and when we keep adjusting it to the point where it's flat like this and we break below this level, then yeah, we're going to test this for support, and you know, we go to the upside potentially, or test this for support if we break below it, right? But this blue line, this 4-hour line coming down, is what is telling me that, you know, price is gonna be itching to cross above it, so that it can build that momentum to the upside. So that's the Nasdaq and the S&P. Let's go to Bitcoin, so we can wrap up our TA. So yeah, there's some chop here. We're above 110. We got to what? 111. Okay, cool. If we can come back and test this red line right here as support and go back above it, then we're gonna go to 130k, 131k. That's basically almost a guarantee at that point. And again, I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. This is just for entertainment purposes only. So yeah, so if we and you know, really what I would like to see, for us to actually get to that 130k level, is for us to go up a little bit more and then come back down and retest this area as support, because I feel like we need more room for that correction, so that the bottom of that correction ends up being at the top of this red line here, at the top of this this red channel, this sideways channel, or this liquidation zone. So ideally, it would come up a little bit more, so that when it does correct, it doesn't correct and close below this red line. I want to see the close price stay above this red line, really, to be as bullish as possible. If we close below that red line on a correction, then I would say, you know, we might kind of hug it and potentially go to the downside. And if we do, then we're going to be testing this level as support. And then if we blow past that, we're going to be testing this level as support. More or less like right here, or like right here. Like right where I'm moving it right now, where the tops of these candles are, or like right there. But yeah, hopefully we don't close below this top red line right here, because that would be the ideal situation. And again, we got this red line right here from this liquidation zone on the daily for Bitcoin. If you want to see how I set that up and why I set that up the way I did with the lines that I chose and everything that you see drawn on the chart, go ahead and check out my other live videos to see how I kind of built up this chart, so to speak, with all the lines and the indicators and the TA. This TA isn't, you know, from scratch necessarily, but you can follow along with me and pick up where I'm leaving off. If you want to, you know, continue the TA on your own, you don't need to watch my videos. And again, if you want to basically be able to do what I'm able to do with TA, the biggest thing that is going to help you do that is not necessarily trend lines, right? It's not necessarily Fibonacci or Elliott wave analysis, although that definitely does, excuse me, that definitely does help. Um, just as an example, let's pull up a brand new chart. Let's pull up Ford, Ford Motor Co. Ford Autos. Actually, you know what? No, let's not do Ford. Let's do um I don't know. Apple. I don't know. No. Apple. There we go. Apple. All right. Apple. So we're on the hourly. Let's go to the daily. And like, if we're just drawing trend lines, that's fine. But there's limited amounts of understanding of the market that we can extrapolate from just trend lines, right? Um, I mean, we can sit here and draw trend lines all day, but at a certain point, it just becomes abstract art, so to speak. The more we draw, the more trend lines we draw, the it's just confusing, and it's not necessarily that confusing, right? But it's just, let's just simplify things, make things simple, right? That's why I created this indicator. It mitigates the need to draw a bunch of trend lines, because what you've got here, I'll just turn these lines off. What you've got here with this indicator, bare bones, is your EMAs and your green line and your orange line, which are your leading indicators for the chart that you've got loaded. So if it crosses above or below the threshold of the orange line or this thicker green line, then you know that there's potentially a reversal, and the harder that it crosses against that line, the stronger the trend or reversal that it goes towards. These zones, this red one, this orange one, this green one, those are all liquidation zones where people have placed their stop orders, um, and their exits. Some people place their entries at these levels. It really just depends on whether or not you're shorting or going long, or what you're doing. But yeah, just as an example, we've got Apple pulled up. Let's just do a quick TA on Apple, just so we know how to run a quick TA. And I've done this in my other live videos and my other videos that I've uploaded to the channel, but I'll just do it again in this video, just in case you're watching it and you want to know and you don't want to jump around and watch all the videos. So okay, so we've got these other lines here that I just turned on, and those lines, you can change the time frame on that. They will stay the same no matter what time frame I'm on. And whenever price crosses aggressively towards one of these lines, you're gonna see a reversal to the upside or the downside, right? Or if it kind of just doesn't exactly cross aggressively, but just kind of struggles to cross above after it crosses below. Like here, like it used this line as resistance, right? It wanted to break above it, but this line ended up becoming resistance. So, I like right here, like if I do the bar replay, I'll bring it back here. replay. Right, okay. So right there, we crossed below it, right? So that's bearish right there. We crossed below that that red line. It came down against it, kind of aggressively actually. I'll slow this down. We'll watch. We'll watch it. So use the EMA as support. Came up. See, there was a fake out to the upside, and then it came slamming back down. Now it's going to potentially use this as support again. Same thing. Should go up. Nope, it didn't. Okay. So yeah, so it kept going back down, I guess. Let's speed this up. There we go. That's what I was looking for. That was what I was trying to show. Actually, no. It was right here. Okay. But you can see with the bar replay, obviously the market doesn't move this fast. It would be kind of scary if it did, right? Because you wouldn't be able to time the market correctly. But the ideal trade setup isn't really this kind of situation. It's more when price is more aggressively moving against, you know, either the red line or the purple line or the green line, right? And then sometimes it's good to identify situations where instead of crossing aggressively against it, the line is kind of moving sideways as price action moves sideways along with that line. And it doesn't have to be the red line. It could be any one of these other lines. Like here it's the green line. If the green line fizzles out to be sideways at a certain point and price is sideways, then eventually it could struggle to break above, let's say this like liquidation zone for example, and then come down, right? It could try to get above it and then come back down. We'll just draw it. There it is. Actually, I'll turn the replay off just so we can. Okay, yeah. So it broke above that, right? I didn't have the full chart loaded because we were still in replay mode. But so, anyways, it broke above that level and made a new high, and it is a little concerning to me on Apple, at least. Not that I'm trading Apple, nor do I care, but just an example. If price keeps coming up and sideways, the green line, and if price goes sideways as well, then eventually we're going to go to the downside. And if price, see, because right now on the small scale, Apple, I would say I'm bullish on Apple. Not that I'm trading it, just because this red line is coming down, price is coming up. We had a low here. We're making higher highs, and this is coming down, right? And I would say that Apple is more than likely going to go to the upside. It might go a little bit lower than where it's at now. This trend line could potentially be adjusted to something like this, right? Price could come down to here, and wherever it stops and reverses, that'll be support, where the trend line for support gets drawn. And then after that, after it tests, or not tests, but after it establishes wherever support is, it's going to reverse. It's going to go above the green line, and it's going, I mean, when I say the green line, I'm talking about this thick one in the midst of all these other lines. It's going to go above that line. It's going to shoot above this red line, or it might creep above it. But then after that, it's going to liquidate this zone, and then potentially this zone, which we're going to have to test this one, and then test that one, and then see if the price reverses back down from there, or if it continues beyond that, right? But outside of that, we also need to be mindful of the more macro trend that's happening with this green line coming up. Price might come up and then test this liquidation area for resistance, and if it can't break above it and this line keeps going up, then what's going to happen is we're going to break out to the downside heavily, majorly, as far as Apple goes, right? Because you can see, even though like price is going up right now in the short term, like, it's going in this general angle, I guess you could call it. Even though that's happening, at the same time, there's another trend line happening right there. And then I'll just draw another one. So this trend line is going to get broken. I'll just make it yellow, just so we know. The yellow one's going to get broken for sure, right? It's going to go to, it's kind of not even worth drawing, because price is going to break it anyway. Price is going to test this area for resistance. It's probably going to blow past it. Test this area for resistance. Don't know if it's going to blow past it. Don't know if it's going to blow past this one either, but it's probably going to blow past it, right? Not financial advice. And then same thing with this liquidation area, so on and so forth. And then after, we either do or don't break above it or close above it, it's going to go back to the downside, and it's going to, we're going to have to draw a new trend line, from wherever it reverses, potentially, like, let's say it's from there, could go, let's say price gets up to here, right? At this, somewhere around here, price is going to potentially get up here. Let's just say hypothetically, right? And then it's going to come down, and we're going to establish a new trend line. And when it does go down, if that situation does occur, like I said, it is going to go down kind of steeply and heavily because of the fact that this green line is coming up. And if this green line comes up even more aggressively, that's even more bearish. Because as you can see here, we don't have a channel established yet, but price is kind of itching to come down aggressively against that green line. And that green line, let's see, what is that? Is that this one? No. Is it this one? No, I don't think it's that one either. Let's see. Is it this one? Nope. Nope. I don't think it is. It's one of these. It's probably the 1 month. It's probably the first one. I should have done that one first, whatever. Man, which line is it? Hold on. Okay, yeah, it's line 2. So that would be the 3 month. Yeah. So, but yeah, those lines stay the same regardless of what time frame you're on. The only lines that change for the indicator, if you change the time frame, are the EMAs, and then the orange one and the thick green one, that hug price. Other than that, that's how the indicator works. That's how you can use it. You don't need me to give TA. You can pick up where I left off if you want, but you can conduct your own TA, and you can get this indicator for free. All you gotta do is like, comment, and subscribe to any one of my videos, or any one of my live videos, and you will get access to that for free. Just be sure to let me know what your TradingView username is, so I can add you to the list of users who can pull it up. And yeah, just do that. And yeah, that's the market update. I'm probably not gonna keep making live videos like this unless I get a lot of requests to keep doing them. Right now I'm just trying to build up social proof to show that this indicator is valid and that it does work and that you can be a beginner and trade with it. You don't need to have trading experience, although it might help. It probably, actually, yeah, it will help. I know it will, but you don't need it. That's the point. So the first 1,000 people that sign up or want access to the indicator, they'll get it for free. After that, price is going up. You get it for free forever, for the rest of your life, for the first 1,000 people. After that, everyone after that has to pay a monthly price. I don't know what that is yet, but I'm only going to limit the indicator to a maximum of 10,000 people, with the first 1,000 people having free access for life. Well, or as long as TradingView, is around, because that's where the indicator is being ran through, or where it's being hosted. So go ahead and sign up for TradingView if you don't already have an account. And if you do have an account, that's great. Comment, like, and subscribe. Let me know what your TradingView username is, so I can add you to the indicator, or add your name as a list of authorized users. And yeah, that's the video. I'll catch you guys later. See you around.